Might have life, and that they may have it more abundantly. And I want to simply tell you, he did it all just for me. Father, in the name of Jesus, Lord, we pray right now that your Holy Ghost power rest, rule, and reign in the sacred place we call sanctuary. God, give us a life-changing word that we might be empowered, enlightened, and encouraged for such a time as this. That the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. God, it is our prayer that as you shape the sanctuary, that nobody leaves our connection the same way they came. Be healed, be delivered, and be set free. We thank you for what you're getting ready to do. In Jesus' name we pray. Let every heart shout it. Amen. You may be seated in the presence of our conquering King. He did it all just for me. Come on, would you lay a hand on yourself and say, he did it all just for me. It's personal. He did it all just for me. He paid it all to him. Oh, sin had left a crimson stain, but he washed me white as snow. Bless the Lord. Y'all like that one better. Oh, my soul, and forget not his benefits. He did it all just for me. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, in a sociology class, we spent time learning about how the government works. And in one of our sessions, we learned that our nation always sets up an embassy with its allies. And in order for the embassy to run functionally, the sponsoring government deputizes and releases an ambassador. The ambassador then goes into an alien region, a region in which they are not born, and they represent the sponsoring government. The ambassador is no longer an individual, but when they come into the room, the entire government comes into the room. They're deputized and sent to operate under the diplomatic charge. The ambassador represents an entity that is larger than them. And whenever the ambassador speaks, it's not them speaking, but it's the king speaking through them without ever being present. So when you hear the man or woman of God speaking, you're not hearing them. You're hearing God's ambassador, who is speaking on behalf of God. Therefore, when I stand here, I'm speaking what has been deputized for me to represent. But I want you to understand that this is nothing new. I'm in Proverbs chapter 13, verse number 17. The text says, this ambassador is not just a spokesperson. Hear the language of the text. It says the ambassador is health. Please don't miss it, because all of us, we are to be healthy, not just in one dimension of our lives, but every area of our lives should be healthy. It's a terrible thing to be saved and sleepless. That you can shout in church, but you have to cry yourself to sleep at night because you don't have balance in your life. And I don't know about you, but I want the same joy that I feel on Sunday morning. I want to be able to feel it every day of the week. I don't want to just be blessed on Sunday, but I want to be blessed in my going, and I want to be blessed in my coming out. I want every area of my life to be blessed. In the intertestamental period, the time between Malachi and Matthew, God could not find a worthy servant. He said, I tried to find prophets, but my prophets were killed. I tried to find judges, but my judges failed as well. I tried to get kings, but kings became drunk by their own power. So God says, I must send an ambassador. And the ambassador's name is Jesus. Now, when Jesus comes, he's not just a prophet or a teacher. Jesus is the Savior. He is Jehovah. He is, in the original Hebrew, Yeshua. That means Jesus saves. It not only means that Jesus saves, it also means that Jesus heals. Oh God, help us right through here. I need everybody to say, yes, you are. Say it like you know it. Yes, you are. Come on, say it again. Yes, you are. And I'm not attempting to teach you Hebrew, but I'm leading you into worship. Because when it is that you don't have enough finances, you have to declare out loud, yes, you are. You are Jehovah Jireh. You will supply all of my needs. When I feel like I'm about to lose my mind, yes, you are. You are Jehovah Shalom. You will keep me in perfect peace when I keep my mind stayed on thee. When I'm getting ready to go off on somebody, yes, you are. You are Jehovah Nissi. You are the Lord who fights my battles. When I'm sick in my body, yes, you are. You are Jehovah Rapha. You are the Lord who heals me. Oh, Lord God, there is nothing too hard for thee. Jesus says, I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. And so when it is that Jesus comes, he comes as the ambassador of health. He goes through everything so that he could experience what we go through. So when we get to Calvary, Jesus has been wounded in 7 distinctive places on his body. 7, you know, is the number of completion or wholeness. And the first wound that Jesus receives is a contused wound. And a contused wound is caused by an oblong object. Matthew and John both agree that the Roman soldiers used a rod to beat Jesus across his face. They beat him across his face because in Middle Eastern tradition, in order for you to be ashamed or embarrassed, they used the terminology to lose face. So without the Roman government, what they were trying to do was to try to make Jesus ashamed of the situation that he was in. Ladies and gentlemen, the enemy wants you to be ashamed of your past. that you weren't always saved, that you are not perfect. But don't let anybody make you feel ashamed of where you were. But you got to let them know that is not the final chapter of my life, because God still has something for me. And if they keep throwing up your past, because Negroes who are scared of where you are going will always try to hold you back by your past. But you got to let them know that's my Old Testament. But now I'm in my New Testament. And what God has for me is going to be better than what I can even dream of. That's the context. And the second wound that Jesus took were lacerated wounds. But it is that they're in Pilate's backyard. They tied Jesus to a leaning post. And they began to whip his back with a whip that has an extension of 9 tails. So at the end of the whip, they tie pieces of ivory and nails. So now when they whip Jesus, a piece of his flesh comes out of his back. So every time they whip him, a piece of him comes out. And you must be very careful, because some people only want a piece of you. They don't want all of you. They just want to handle you in one way. But when you grow up and say, I'm at a place where I need something more than something physical. I need to know if you can stimulate my mind. I need to know if you can pray with me. I need to know what it is that you can take me to dinner, take me shopping, take me to the movies, but when it's time for church, you telling me, no, you can do that on your own. God help me. I need somebody who can deal with all of me. And now the Jewish tradition says that you're not supposed to be whipped no more than 40 times. So imagine now, Mom, if my math is correct. Elder Ward, you can check me on this one. Every time they whipped him 39 times. So with 9 extensions and 39 hits, it means that there are 351 gashes in his back. Blood pouring out. He's becoming dehydrated. But something is strange, because they're not supposed to whip him more than 40 times. But now Jesus has 351 gashes in his back. And the hematologists are still amazed that after enduring that type of pain, that Jesus didn't even faint. So you got to understand that there is some stuff that you have been through in your life that you should have fallen under the pressure. And people are looking at you funny because you are still, oh God, you're still standing. And can I inform somebody that people in your life are underestimating you because they really don't know everything that you have gone through. So when I come to church. I don't have to explain to you why I praise God the way that I do. But I'm praising my God because I could have been dead. I could be in jail. I could be homeless. Would you lean over and tell somebody, if you only knew, if you only knew. Yeah, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people standing, but if they only knew. You know you ain't told the whole story. If they only knew. Oh God, don't let this road fool you now. Don't let it fool you. I've been through enough stuff that could have killed 9 other people. But I'm still standing here. I was trying to figure out. Elder Barnes, I was trying to figure out why Jesus did not collapse. And Brother Derek, then I remembered what the scripture said. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season, here's our shout, we shall reap if we faint not. And I came to tell somebody, get ready for a big payback. God is getting ready to bless you because when you went through some stuff, and people have absolutely no idea how it is that you are still. Oh, glory be to God. I'm still in my right mind. And somebody ought to be shouting right now that I'm still standing. And after all that I've been through, glory, I held on in spite of it all. Don't you faint. Don't you faint. Benny, don't you faint. Don't you give up. Keep on standing. I'm holding on. I'm holding on. I'm holding on. I won't let go of my faith. Third wound is the penetrating wound. The Romans had, in fact, mastered the art of crucifixion. It's out of crucifixion that we get the derivative of the word excruciating. Which means that what I'm going through is killing me. Oh God, I thought they shout better than that. And so they get a crown of thorns. This is not a regular crown of thorns. They use nails that are 4 inches long. They get 100 of those thorns, braid them up, and they don't just place it on Jesus' head, but they crush the skull and then they turn it because they're trying to get the thorns to penetrate his mind. And I need you to understand how the enemy is after you. Because if he can't get your body, he's going to try to drive you crazy. So the reason why we are shouting is not because I got on an Easter suit. we're shouting because after all that you've been through, you woke up this morning in your right mind. And because my mind is still intact, don't pay me no attention if I shout like I'm going crazy, because I go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs just when I think of the goodness of Jesus. Oh, glory. I thought somebody would take off running. Yes, Lord. You might think I look crazy, but I'm just thinking about how it could have been me. How things could have turned out differently. The fourth wound is the perforated wound, which means to pierce through. To pierce through. Not just slide by, but to pierce through. This is where the enemy made a mistake, because when they nailed his hand at his feet, they pierced him, which means it went all the way through, which in fact is a metaphorical message to all of us, that whatever I'm in right now, you can get through it. They didn't shout good. Hallelujah. I'm telling you right now that you got to know that you're not going to stay in the situation that you're in right now. MacArthur put it this way: when you're going through hell, keep marching. Don't stay in what you're in, but act like you're coming out. You gotta act like you see yourself already on the other side. I'm gonna shout like I'm coming out of it before this day is over. I feel like busting loose. I'm sick of being depressed. I'm tired of not having everything I need. I can't go another day without having control over my emotions. I can't let nobody at the job make me lose focus. I am coming out. I'm coming out of it. With your mask up, look all the way down the road and say, I'm coming out of it. Yes, Lord. I'm coming out with my hands up. I surrender all to be my blessed, oh God, Savior. I surrender. The fifth wound, I got to go, we got to have communion. The fifth wound is an incised wound. An incised wound is caused by a sharp object. And you'll notice when we survey the landscape of the cross, ordinarily and traditionally, they would break the legs to make sure that you're dead. But they came up on Jesus and they're about to break his legs, but rather than break his legs, don't miss it, they break the legs of the ones hanging beside him. That's why you can't criticize people when they're going through, because some of the stuff that people around you It easily could have been you.
Come on, Bishop.
But God let it pass because he didn't want a bone in your body to be broken. So when I'm going through, don't talk about me. Pray for me. Push me. Celebrate with me. So they took the javelin and they pierced him in the side. And the Bible puts it this way. He was wounded for our transgressions. I go to a Bible church. He was bruised for our... Yes, we're a Bible believing church. And with his stripes, we are. We are. Oh, God. Y'all missed the real shit. We are. Not might get healed, but we are. I can stand and wait on it because we are. Be healed. Oh, God. My time is running out, but listen, but they noticed that when they pierced him in the side, the Bible records for us in the Synoptic Gospels that blood and water began to come out. Now here it is, because we have skeptics. People always want to argue with you about the word. And there are some skeptics, in fact, who argue that how could the writers see that there was blood and water coming out of his side? When ordinarily what it is that the side has been pierced, when the sac, pericardium sac, around the heart has been broken.
Well,
no, ordinarily only a teaspoon of blood and water comes out. But if you ask anybody, missionary board, who works in trauma, that's an irregular circumstance. And Thelema, but if his heart has been traumatized, not just 1 teaspoon of blood comes out, but there are 52 teaspoons of blood that come out. God help me. Please stay with me right through here, because the last time I checked, there are 52 weeks in a year. That means that no matter what week I'm in, no matter what I'm going through, there's some blood that will cover my situation. With your mask pulled all the way up, lean over and tell somebody, I'm covered for this week. I'm covered for this week. The blood, the blood, the blood. It will never, ever lose. I'm trying to hold it together. It'll never lose. It'll never lose its power. It reaches to the highest mountain and it flows through it'll never lose. The blood, the blood, the blood. I'm telling you, the blood still. It's still. For the walk of the blood still works. 6. I got to go. I got to move quickly. It's gonna be a drive-by shout. God help us. Wound number 6 is wound by mutilation. One gospel records that when Jesus was on his way, the soldiers began to pull at his beard. And they pull on his beard until they are mutilating his face. This is yet another mistake. Because the devil messed up, the enemy messed up, because he pulls on his beard until the hairs come out. And if you're listening to me, you ought to be able to see this picture. They're pulling on his beard until the hairs are coming out. So we got to understand that in ancient Jewish tradition, you can't grow a beard, watch this, until you become a man.
Yes, sir.
So that what the enemy was trying to do is that he was trying to rob the church of real men. God help the men to stand right through here. The devil doesn't want real men to be able to stand. But God says, I'm going to raise up some men. Some ride or die men. I only see 2 of y'all, 3 of y'all, 4 of you, 5 of you standing up. Some men who are not ashamed of God. Some men who don't pretend to be perfect. Some men who know what it's like to knuckle down and man up. I need every male in this building to get on your feet and make some noise. I need to hear a man shout in church. And where they be, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that the ladies didn't shout too. For the men that you love, that we are standing on the word of God. And we're going to take back what the enemy tried to steal from us. You will not be a victim of police brutality. I stand on the word of God. Y'all missed a good shot. I need every man in here to clear your throat and shout one last time. And shout with your pastor. I will not go out like that. We are soldiers in the army of the Lord. And they make another mistake. I got to get out of here. Now, not only are they mutilating Jesus, but they did the wrong thing by pulling the hair. Because everybody knows that if you lose hair, it'll grow back. God help me. And if it won't grow back, he'll bless you to buy a weed. So can I tell you that whatever it is that you have lost, get prepared to get something new in return. Everything you thought that you were never going to have is getting ready to come into your life. Pressed down, shaken together, and come on, Bishop. And running over something. Yes. And running over something. Oh God. Running over. And so we have come to wound number 7. Keep me right there. And right there. Meet me right back there in just a few seconds. Jesus has 351 gashes. He has a crown of thorns on his head. He has nails in his hand and in his feet. And now they put the weight of the cross on his back. And they tell him to get to the top of Golgotha. Golgotha, please don't miss it. Jesus is now buckling under the pressure of trying to carry the weight. Wow. Come on, Abraham. He's in pain. And the soldiers tell him what God told me to tell you. I don't care how much you've been wounded in your past. I don't care how much weight is on your back. I still expect for you to get to the top. And I don't know where you are, but somebody has a testimony. I don't care what I've been through. I'm still gonna rise, yes, to the top. And Jesus is buckling under the pressure. He drops under the weight of the cross. And because he drops under the weight of the cross, he now skins his knees. He skins his elbows. And while Jesus is trying to get to the top, God drafts somebody. And the Lord is saying that right now, I'm assigning somebody to your life. Yes, who's going to help you lift your cross. And I don't know all the weight that you're under. I don't know what cross you are carrying. I don't know what wounds from your past you have. But I'm getting ready to cry